Good day, viewers. Welcome again to my channel. Second matter, the solution to your math problems. This is Ghana Teacher Licensure Exams, GHS Mathematics, April 2024, objective question 31. From a story building, Mavis sighted her son on an angle of depression of 52 degrees. So let's represent the first statement on the diagram. So before the story building, there should be the level ground. So we have our level ground. This is our level ground. And this is our story building. Remember, the story building and the level ground will meet at right angle. That is, they will meet at 90 degrees. So we have our story building. Okay. So now, where is Mavis? So Mavis is on top of the story building. So let's put Mavis here at this location. So that is Mavis. Then Mavis' son. Okay, so we can place his son somewhere here. So this is his son. Sorry, her son. This is her son. That is the location of her son. Now the next thing we do is that we need to indicate the angle of depression. Remember that the angle of depression is the angle below the horizontal line of sight. So first of all, let's indicate the horizontal line of sight of Mavis. So that is the horizontal line of sight of Mavis. So any angle below the horizontal line of sight is the angle of depression. So we are looking at this particular angle, the angle below the horizontal line of sight. So 52 degrees. So that is the angle of depression. Now, if the sun is 110 meters away from the story building, so this is the base of the story building, and this is the sun. So the distance between the sun and the story building, that is what they are talking about, is 110 meters. So the distance from the story building to the sun, that is the distance between the sun and the story building, measures 110 meters. Then how high up is Mavis in the story building? So we are looking at the height from the base of the building to Mavis' location. So let me represent that height as h. So clearly we could see that we have a right angle triangle. We have a right angle triangle. So let me redraw the right angle triangle here. And the angle of depression. So we said that the angle of depression is the angle below the horizontal line of sight. And from the question, that was 52 degrees. And how high is Mavis from the story building? That is the height from the base to Mavis' location. We represented that as h. So now if the angle of depression measures 52 degrees, what angle should be here? So this angle must also measure 52 degrees. Remember, from the angle properties of parallel lines, the angle formed from the alphabet Z are alternating, and we know that alternating angles are equal. So this angle should measure 52 degrees. And we know that the distance from the story building to the boy measures 110 meters. So how then do we calculate for H? How do we calculate for H? First of all, we need to identify the sides of the right angle triangle. We know that the longest side is the hypotenuse. So this is the longest side. And another way of identifying the longest side is that this is the side facing the 90 degrees angle. Which side will be the opposite? So this height will be the opposite because it is a side facing the acute angle. So this side here is our opposite. And then obviously the remaining side becomes our adjacent. You could see that the height of Mavis from the base of the building is H, and that side is the opposite, and then the distance from the building to the sun is 110, and that particular length also represents the adjacent. So from Sokatwa, which of the identities has the opposite and then the adjacent? So you could see that is Tua. And what does Tua says? Tua says that when you take the tangent of the acute angle, that should be equal to the length of the opposite divided by the length of the adjacent. So know that from this, the tan of the acute angle, which is 52, must be equal to the length of the opposite. Remember, the opposite is represented as H divided by the length of the adjacent, which is 110 meters. So we have tan 52 is equal to H over 110. Tan 52 can also be written as tan 52 on 1. So we can cross multiply. So we have 110 times tan 52, so 110 tan 52, and this must be equal to 1 times H, which is H, meaning that the height is 110 tan 52. So from our calculator, let's find the exact value of 110 tan 52. Okay, so we have 140.7936. It goes to infinity. It is a non-terminating decimal, but from the alternatives, we have to correct it to 2 decimal places. So to 2 decimal places, we have 140.79. Remember, the unit is in meters. But we see that from the alternatives, there is no answer exactly as what we got. But again, you could see that from the alternatives, option D is closer to this answer. So we select D as the answer. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please like, comment, and share the video.